Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rewriting Wrestling History, your home for where we take famous matches in professional wrestling history and we rewrite them through video game engines. Anthony back here with Larry. Larry, welcome back.
What is happening? We are here for a wonderful, wonderful night at Shea Stadium.
Yes, wonderful night at Shea Stadium. This nice, brisk, warm August 1980 at Shea Stadium, where Hulk Hogan, as a heel, takes on Andre the Giant, complete with his big giant afro. He was
That's labeled as such. This is before everything, and this is before history revisionist, if you will, at WrestleMania III, because going into that storylines with Hogan and Andre. Meanwhile, this match gets discovered by the youth of America so many years later, in some cases so many decades later, and it's funny to see this happening.
Yes, and please ignore the locations, the location for this match, because I didn't update those. But yeah, I mean, it's just amazing how how WWF was able to rewrite their own history back in the 80s, because there was no internet, there was no WWE Network or anything like that where you can go back and look, at all of these matches. But Hulk Hogan and Andre actually spent a good chunk of 1980 competing against each other all around the country. And then again, I think I want to say 81 or 82 in Japan.
They might have. I don't think I've ever seen, I'm not saying they didn't, but I don't think I've ever seen anything from Japan as Hogan mimes taking off his shirt there. Very good. And now this is Hogan in his Japanese tights, so we might actually see some catch-as-catch-can wrestling from Hogan, because he did actual wrestling when he was over in Japan.
Yeah, he did. I was trying to find a good the good heel Hogan on 2K25. Because he at Shea Stadium, he came out with the cape. He came out with Freddie. He came out with Freddie Blassie.
Yep.
Blassie was his manager in 1980, and this was Hogan's first run in the WWF, because he left.
He did.
For a little while before he
went to AWA and then came back, and again, the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
Here comes a giant Andre the Giant. I know that sounds repetitive, but just wow, look at that hair. That is phenomenal.
I know, I looked at that. I was like, that's Lion King hair.
That really is. That is good stuff.
I want him to just get in the ring and call for Simba.
Yeah. So you were saying before, as the clouds part, because this was in Shea Stadium. This was an outdoor event, and this was the third Shea Stadium event in WWE history. They had one in 72, all the way back in 72.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Which is headlined by Pedro Morales and Bruno Sammartino. And then they did it again in 76, with the main event being Muhammad Ali and Antonio Inoki, though technically I think that was more from Japan. So I think Bruno and Stan Hansen might have main evented in Shea that night. And then, of course,
probably
1980, we have this Shea Stadium event. I wish they still did baseball show, baseball. I know they kind of do it now, with the PLEs and everything. And yes, there really is no such thing as a house show or a live event really anymore. But I think it would have been awesome to see, wrestling at Shea as Hogan. As I told you, Hogan's wrestling this match.
Yes. Well, and the cool thing about going back and seeing these matches from the 70s and very early 80s is when Andre the Giant was younger and he could actually move in the ring.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he was much more agile when he was younger. Obviously, as he as he got older and his gigantism got the better of him.
Yeah, his declining health, but he changed how that worked, because he didn't have to move. Just his presence alone was enough.
Oh yeah, he was
just
he was an attraction just standing in the ring. He didn't have to do anything.
Now, when we do these shows, I always like to put myself back in my younger days. Now, granted, I was 6 months old at the time this match happened, so I'm not going to remember anything, and I didn't get into wrestling until I was 4 or 5. But going into WrestleMania III, like we mentioned earlier, there was no internet, barely any dirt sheets, as Hogan right now just raining blows on Andre.
Yep.
So all I had was Hogan and Andre in 87. to me, Andre was undefeated for 15 years.
Yep.
Never lost the Battle Royal.
Correct.
Well,
never been body slammed.
That's what I was getting to. Yep. That's the big thing. Was never been body slammed, because it's burnt into our memories as we get a big spear by Andre with the cover down. Hold on, this might be over quick. No.
Well, and I wonder if that was. I wonder though if that was Vince McMahon actually kind of not necessarily rewriting history completely, but it might have been legitimate in terms of televised matches. So like on television, Andre may have never been defeated, and on television, Andre may have never been body slammed.
I think it's more the sign of the times where just you were able to do it. Obviously, Vince wasn't thinking, people are going to be able to look into the history of the matches and see that Andre has been body slammed multiple times by many different people. I think it was just the sign of the times. It was the story that was going. And I got news for you. I bet you, short of, the older crowds, probably not a lot of people even remember. Oh, wait. Got a big cover with the leg hooked here.
And not only that, he just he hit him with a clothesline where if you've I don't know if you've seen the original match from Shea Stadium, but
it's been a while, yeah.
It's been a while, but Hogan body slams Andre in the match. Mm-hmm. But Andre wins the bout, even though Hogan kicks out before the 3 count. And after the match, Hogan loaded up his elbow pad with brass knuckles and gave Andre a clothesline after the match and busted him open.
Because that's where you put brass knucks. And Hogan going off the top to the outside with a splash. You didn't even get that in Japan.
No, you definitely didn't get that in Japan.
So the whole, just to go back to finish it up, the whole lore of Andre never being body slammed in 1987 was absolutely believable and plausible, because no one was thinking of going back to watch old footage. There really was kind of almost no such thing as old footage. So, and to me, honestly, with me, I don't even think it probably wasn't until I saw like a YouTube video of a compilation of people body slamming Andre before 1987, where I was like, oh, there were other, events showing this. And I didn't even realize Showdown at Shea. Because I think I saw this Showdown at Shea until, do you remember the original network? It was an on-demand channel, WWE On Demand.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yes, that's where I first saw this show and first realized that these two went head-to-head in New York. But the roles reversed. Again, Hogan heel, Andre baby. So it was very interesting to live in that
What's Andre
time.
doing here?
Andre, tell me we're going to get a bonsai.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. By just crushing Hogan. I hate to say it, I don't think the Hulkster can survive this, but he does.
And Hogan at some point got busted open. So we've already rewritten that bit of history where it was Andre who was busted in the real match.
Yeah. Trying to think if this 1980 Shea show was big splash, which Andre ended a lot of matches with that splash. He's not ending this one with that one.
I would love to see Hogan lose with a 3 count, even though he kicks out, just to be perfect with the history.
You know what? Funny enough, we saw that the second time with the main event when Andre won the WWE title. I wonder if Vince kind of in the back of his mind was kind of giving a throwback a little bit.
I guess he was, because apparently, if you read the story of their matches back in 1980,
the referee got a surgery to look like the other referee.
So there was that one.
Yeah,
but in 1980, when these guys were touring and fighting, there were several matches where Hogan kicked out before the 3 count and was still counted for the 3.
Interesting.
So it's just a very interesting bit. Yeah, because I think they wrestled like something, at least from what the internet tells me, they wrestled like a dozen times.
I believe that back then. Yeah, that's because that's all you did was touring.
Exactly. And obviously, another thing to point out here, as much of a big deal as this is Hogan locks in a bear hug.
Yeah.
This was not the main event of the evening.
No, it wasn't.
It was Bruno Sammartino against Larry Zbyszko in a steel cage match.
Very famous student versus teacher match in the steel cage that just had New York on its toes the whole time.
Well, Hogan's a little too agile. Oh, there it is. That clothesline.
Oh,
Maybe
another
he had
one.
the knucks out.
Apparently, Japanese wrestling Hogan only did the clothesline.
Yes.
I'm guessing. But
Instead of the leg
kick out
drop.
by Andre.
And now he's working
Hogan-
over the knee.
Hogan always said if he could have made a better choice, he would have went with a bear hug instead of a leg drop to save his body over all those years.
Whoa.
Oh, wait a minute. Small package. Could you say small package if Andre's doing it? Package.
I know. Giant package.
What? Only a 2 count. Yeah. So, and you talk about the agility of Andre back in his early days.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm not even saying this as a joke. I'm pretty sure I saw him do a kip up one time.
Oh wow, that I've definitely never seen. Whoa,
assisted with the ropes. And speaking of which, yes, Hogan might be knocked out here with snake eyes. No, still only 2
Almost. So this has been a solid match.
Very, very good match. The crowd really feeling that warm New York summer air there in Paris.
Definitely. Oh, big elbow drop.
Big elbow.
That might be
Hogan.
it.
And it is it. Holy cow.
Oh, and he did kick out. It was after the 3, though.
We're going to get a replay on that? No, we're not. All right.
No, we're not. But Andre the Giant wins the match, preserved from 1980. Larry, thank you so much for joining me. And for everybody out there, we will see you next time on Rewriting Wrestling History.